Hey guys, Stan the Man here. Today we're just going to be doing another top 10 list. Like always, this list isn't in any particular order anyway. But anyways, today's topic is top 10 wrestlers who never really got the chance to shine. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean like they never won a title or they never had a WWE title chance, but guys that I think just deserved more of a push and deserved more of a chance. So, without any further ado, let's get right into this. At number 10, we have MVP. He's personally one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I don't know why. I just love his moveset. I love his swagger. And you can't deny that he was able to get over with the fans. So, he was overall a good wrestler. I definitely think he didn't have much time to shine. All he did was win the U.S. title, and I think he could have been higher up on the ranks as well. When he first came, he was a good heel. They could have capitalized on that, but I don't know. Overall, I just felt like he deserved more of an opportunity than he was given. At number 9, we have Wade Barrett. This one's just really a killer because he debuted in 2010 on the main roster as the Nexus, one of the most dominant factions, made Cena get fired and stuff like that. Then he led the Core, which that ended up going to an end. He ended up doing a big feud with Randy Orton. He was supposed to win the title there. Didn't. He became King of the Ring. Didn't really capitalize on that. He's won the Intercontinental title quite a few times, but you ask me, Wade Barrett's one of the realest wrestlers there is. So I definitely think he could have been WWE champion material. At number 8, we have Cesaro. He debuted on the main roster around 2013-ish. I remember one of his first few matches, he Cesaro swinged the Great Khali. Like, that's absolutely insane. He definitely had the wrestling ability, probably better than just about anybody else. Suplexing the Big Show, stuff like that. He was even with Paul Heyman at one time, but unfortunately, it just never came. Now, I will go back and forth. He didn't really have a personality, but they didn't give him an opportunity on the microphone. He had one Universal Championship match against Roman Reigns, and that was it. Other than that, he's hardly had any titles or even had an opportunity at a world title, so yeah. At number 7, we have Samoa Joe. In 2014 or 15, he won the NXT Championship from Nakamura really, really fast, I remember. Then he debuted on Raw shortly after. He was having matches against John Cena, Roman Reigns, even an AJ Styles thing. There was a lot of good character work there. He eventually even moved on to facing Brock Lesnar at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, and he really brought it to him. I remember that match made me think, wow, this guy could really hold up the ship and hold the world championship, but unfortunately, he never made it to that potential, and he doesn't even work there anymore. At number 6, we have Rusev. 2015, he was debuted, won the United States Championship, was one of the best heels at the time. Then, of course, he got buried by Cena at WrestleMania 31. Through that point on, he was just being the strong Bulgarian brute, but no titles. Then, in 17 or 18, Rusev Day was born. One of the most over gimmicks ever. And they decided to take Aiden English away from Rusev, which was the hype man of Rusev Day. And he pretty much couldn't recover from that point forward. He definitely has the dominance and wrestling ability to be a world champ, but unfortunately things just didn't work out that way. Now this guy is probably the most controversial guy on here, Matt Hardy. Because, Jeff Hardy was the WWE champ, always gravitated towards the crowd more. In 2009, Matt Hardy was ECW champion, and Jeff Hardy was WWE champion, which wasn't a bad thing, but overall, Matt Hardy just never seemed to be the picked one like Jeff Hardy was. He's definitely just as talented. He's good at heel work, especially with his and Jeff Hardy's rivalry. I think he definitely could have been a top villain champ, so yeah. At number 4, we have Curtis Axel. He actually did a little bit in the Nexus in 2010, but then in 2013 he came back. Paul Heyman was in his corner a lot. He was the Intercontinental Champion, pretty dominant. And he was in the main event picture against guys like Triple H and stuff like that. But, I mean, Triple H beat him. And, he's just been in weird freaking factions ever since. The B Team, Social Outcast, stuff like that, which is really a shame. He was one of those guys that was at the top, looked like he had a bunch of potential, but he just wasn't able to get that skyrocket that he was hoping for. At number 3, we have Shelton Benjamin. In 2004, I think he was in Kurt Angle's Great Americans Team or whatever concept. Benjamin is an insane athlete. High flyer. He could basically do it all in the ring. But he was like a United States and an Intercontinental Champion, I believe. He was kind of like Jeff Hardy. He was one of those just showstoppers taking people's breaths away. But he ended up leaving in like 2010. He came back like 2 years ago now. And they still haven't done anything with him. He's been on and off in the Hurt business. But other than that, no, I think he could definitely be a top face champion. I definitely think he has all the tools to be able to be successful with the title. At number 2, we have Ted DiBiase Jr. In 2008, he was on the roster just doing odd matches and stuff like that. But then in 2009, he and Cody Rhodes joined Randy Orton in the Legacy, which just helped Randy be on top. That lasted until about 2010, and they had a triple threat at WrestleMania. Randy beat them both. And after that, Ted was kind of just doing weird, awkward stuff. I believe he made it to 2011. I think he had a little title reign on SmackDown as a face. But overall, that was it. DiBiase, he had the looks, he had the skills, he had the pedigree. Probably a little bit of work on the character work. But overall, I definitely could have seen him at the top of the company. And at number 1, we have the Moscow Mauler, Vladimir Kozlov. Really just a shame. In 2009, he was on SmackDown, beat the living hell out of everybody. He was one of those guys that was undefeated for like a year. They even put him in championship matches, which he didn't win, but he was up there to be a top contender for it. He beat guys like Triple H, Edge, Big Show, whole bunch of stuff like that. He was dominant force. And then 2010, he ends up on Raw, has a few matches with Santino Marella. They end up being a tag team, and he just turns into a total joke from that point forward. A big dominant man at the top in the title picture, and he couldn't recover from that tag team. They never should have made him a face, in my opinion. They should have just kept the mean, strong Russian character, and I think that would have helped him a lot. But yeah, that did not happen. Alrighty, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I've really been enjoying these. You guys have really been viewing these, enjoying these videos, so I'm definitely going to keep going on them. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Like always, if you like this video, hit that like button. And please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.